Well, kind of embarrassed to admit that did a little bit of over trading today. I did let my emotions get the best of me. Finally, they caught up. Thought I was doing good. Thought I had like completely overcome them, but it's just something I have to keep at the forefront of my mind every single day, or they will get the best of me, and I'll do stupid trades. As you can see down here, did quite a bit of trades. I didn't do 16. Tradervue was breaking those out. I had those in like 3 contract increments, so sometimes it like exits 2 and then 1 and then counts that as 2 trades. But I'm stopping now, down $180, better than what we were at. I think I recognize the mistake on the first trade, because that's really what kind of got the wheels in motion. And we can just kind of go over those now. Oh, by the way, I forgot to hit record, so I was talking for 30-45 minutes to absolutely nobody. So that's why this video is going to be like this again. So we had the CPI this morning and just absolutely ripped. I was thinking that it's plausible that we retrace that, because that happens a lot when we have news days where we have a huge move in one direction, and then as the markets are open, it may start going that direction, like with this candle right here at 9:30, and then it started to retrace it. So when we had this big move on the 2-minute candle, we had the gap. We had a couple fair value gaps breaking below some lows, and any ICT like professionals out there will probably already see my mistake, but I ended up getting in, like shorting it down here at like 45 on one of these candles. Kind of came up, it came back down, and I went short at 45, and then the market just ripped off of that. So I took a pretty big loss here because I had to have my stop above the candle that I got in at. So it's a lot of risk. I should have, just seeing that I needed to risk more, I should have scaled down instead of using 3 contracts. Because if I'm risking that much, I'm obviously need to be targeting at least that much for profit. So just a note to self in the future that if there's a setup that I like that has a larger loss or a larger risk than what I'm used to, just scale down for that trade. Like, it's not a big deal. But now that I see like what happened, it makes sense that we ripped off of this, because during CPI, we have the first fair value gap, and then the second one, and then a third one. So the market wants to go up, and we came down and like almost perfectly touched this candle, which I believe this is the order block. Correct me if I'm wrong. So in hindsight, I should have recognized that. I don't normally look for setups like this, but I will be checking these out on huge moves now. So the market came down, and it's also the like halfway point between this low and this high. So it's halfway. We have an order block, we have a fair value gap. Market came down and touched it like perfectly. Could have bought here expecting to go back up to these highs, which is a 100 and something point move. I would almost put money on it that ICT will upload a video later today. He uploads usually later than me, so my video should be out there first, but I bet he freaking took that move if he didn't get one back here, but I bet he may have gotten that. So the market completely faked me out with this move. Obviously, there really wasn't a setup at the top. It's not a setup of mine, so I couldn't have made money off of that. If your setup was looking for moves like this, then yeah, you could have got in up here and got a 100-point move down, but this was the better setup. Buying down here when it's close to this order block the bottom of this fair value gap would have, if you put it right here, you would have taken 4 points of drawdown and then could have targeted at least to the top of this candle, which is borderline 100 points, and it did go 100 points and more. So that's the move we should have watched for. I've never looked for that move before, but I saw ICT pointed out in a video the other day where the same exact move happened, and I caught like 20 or 30 points like around this area. It was just a few days ago, I don't remember what day, but when he posted a video later, he was talking about this bigger move, and that's what I should have looked for. So now I know in the future that's gonna be a setup of ours, so expect those. That was a losing trade, obviously. It's like $280. Didn't like that. The market quickly came up here, took out the stops, and it wasn't a setup. I saw price action moving fast. I was thinking, okay, we came up here, took out these stops. The next move is going to be working our way down and possibly taking out the stops down here. So I shorted up here and got like $200 back right off the bat. When the market stopped here and started moving back up, I was like, wait a second, that looks familiar. I remember watching some of these ICT mentorship videos, or one of them, talking about these moves that are just fractals of each other. So from this low to this high, this low to this high, we came back to the midway point and ripped off of it. Now we have a smaller, now we have from this low to this high, came back to the halfway point and started to rip off of it. I recognized it up in this area, so I jumped in and got like another like $40 or whatever. And then we took a dive. With this move, I figured we were breaking this swing low, so maybe this is like a market structure shift. As of right now at 11:20, it's hard to tell. So I did short a fair value gap in here. There was a couple other choppy trades here and there. I'll put the trades on here in a second. I just wanted to talk about the bigger, larger moves and point out the setups that I did take and then the setups that I should have taken. So yeah, we are down on the day. I shouldn't have overtraded. At the same time, I did learn quite a bit from this. So I think that's for the better. My apologies for not being able to record the live trades, but they kind of suck. So show all. So here's the trades. Some of them are crap trades. Like I said, I started over trading and kept thinking I need to stop, and then it was like one more, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm really freaking done now, because I was almost to break even, and that was in my mind, like I want to get to break even or at least green on the day, and then I'd go further down in the red. So it's a dangerous game of thinking like that. But here's the first trade where I took the fair value gap, and obviously it didn't work out. I should have really been watching for this. That would have been gorgeous, and we would have been done for the day. However, second trade wasn't really a setup. I was just thinking in these liquidity runs, like, hey, we took out these highs, so next stop is going to be these lows, which it was. We just had a little bounce first, which was like a move that was half the size of the previous move, from the low to high, back halfway, low to high, back halfway, and then we didn't quite get up there, so then it went down. Looking in hindsight, it's really easy to see this stuff, and it makes perfect sense. It's a lot harder when you are trading the right edge and you're just seeing the candle form. So I think as we keep learning these ICT concepts and watching them play out and learning from our mistakes, I think it's going to be for the better. I mean, it really sucks having a red day, and it really sucks letting my emotions get the best of me. But if I didn't keep trading, I wouldn't have sat here and watched the charts, and I think I learned more from it. And at the same time, we didn't give back too much. It sucks being on like day 14 or whatever and only being up $180 on this account. But we really only started these ICT concepts from the beginning of last week. So, and this is my first time learning like his ways. So I still think I'm doing pretty good. I hate red days. I hate losing. I hate being wrong, but we're learning, and that's going to show in the long term. Hopefully you guys agree with me. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate it. And I was kind of seeing this, I believe. I just started trading too much. We took out these lows during this fair value gap that was happening in here. I shorted at the with the gap, expecting to take out these lows, and we did. I just didn't. I got spooked and didn't hold out because I was already down, and then overtraded. Blah 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 blah. It's whatever. So I don't know. I think I am seeing the market differently. Today was just one of those days, and we need to watch for this setup on news days versus what I've been watching out for. And I think it would have been a pretty damn good day if I recognized that. Let me know how you guys did today. Hopefully nobody got chopped up. I got a little chopped up, but I was able to catch myself, and I did make enough good trades that wasn't too bad. At the same time, back to our total P&L, we're only up 180, but we also have to remember there were several trades last week that I could have held on longer, and I didn't because it was like my first few days of trying a new setup. And we look back on those trades, and like they could have been 30 to 50 to 60 point trades. So I believe if I held on to those trades as long as I should have, we would be up quite a bit more. So again, I still feel really good about these new strategies and methodologies. Let me know how you guys did. Appreciate the support. Talk to you guys later.